Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. What are they doing to us today? That's the biggest question of all. Stock market's looking a little firm in there, but it does look also at the same time as the bond vigilantes are slowly leaking that 30-year bond up to almost the 4.30 period or interest rate. So that's almost like saying, watch out, another 0.5% might be coming around the corner. Uh, I think here we are on the edge of September. Um, we have less than 2 weeks in August, and the first election debate is Wednesday. So that makes it very tough to keep on raising rates. Hey, Robin. Good morning. And so it's going to be a real dogfight. That's the way I see it. It's a combination of the Fed. Let's see, checking voice. Yep, there it is. The Fed is basically doesn't want to make a mistake and doesn't want to, go sideways in interest rates at this point. They want to try to drive. I guess they may have made a decision to, to kind of try to get the inflation back down to where they were before they got elected, and I don't think that's going to work. So, slowing the economy does a decent job at it, but what it does is it upsets people at the same time. In other words, you're losing jobs and your money and so forth, and so it makes it even worse. So this situation is really, as they would say, a rock and a hard place. The hard place is if they keep on raising rates, the economy slows more, and it looks like bad economy. I guess what they figure it'll do is if they can just drive inflation down just enough, and then coming into the last 3 months before the election, start dropping rates, then they want to try to have both sides of it. I don't think it's going to succeed. I think we're going to see inflation lifting again on some level. That's probably why we're seeing the dollar index rate. Well, today you can see it's a little red, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's a little red. Look on J4X there. See, just a teeny weeny little red going on there. Over here on Chicago Quant, same situation, breaking down, trying to go for the sell, but we are in that weekly buy here. And when we look at it right here, it's at the top of the range, that's for sure. And last time it hit the top of the range, it did another couple weeks, 3 weeks of action. Same thing here. Let's see if we can. Let's make this larger for a second. See if we can identify it a little bit better. Good. Good morning, world, and good morning, Mr. Baker.
Oh, you're online?
Online again.
Oh, the world is such a wonderful place.
It is.
Yes, it is. All right, we'll talk to you later.
Later. So so you can see there, the peak. Got in here. I guess this is. Let me bring that up. That's right there. There's the peak, and then went on for another 3 weeks. Same thing here, peak, and 3 weeks, and we're not even hit the peak yet. We're still above. So until we see the blue line break through the slow, and then maybe possibly another 3 weeks of this action on the upside. There we go. Just an interesting thought when looking at the J4X. What else can we say about the dollar? I guess, like I said, as long as inflation does not look like it's going away, then it looks to me like, and the 30-year. Let's just take a quick look at the 30-year on Chicago Quant. And we can take a look at it too on J4X. Yeah, you can see it's just been driving down. Every time it tries to look like it's trying to lift up, it fails. And it's been in a weekly sell now for months, since literally almost the end of June, the beginning of July. And here we are getting ready to go into September. So that's a lot of pressure. And you can see, I think last week in the beginning of the week, I think I pointed out that. Let's see, I think we went and looked at it. You can see it's breaking, making lower lows. The algorithms are. So it's and when you can see this is an interesting. It's like a long A, B, and then this is just a long C with taking out that low there. And now we are 16 years into the. It's a 16-year low now in the bond, or interest rates. A 16-year high in interest rates. The bond price, when the bond goes down, interest rates rise. That's what it goes down to. All right, so that's probably the magic to the watching the currency pairs, is that the dollar is probably going to have some underlying strength continuously. Which, let's get back to that. Didn't I last week whine about the idea of something like that or 2 weeks ago I said we were probably heading towards that 103.5, something like that. I just have to find the chart. Right? Why is it so? Oh, there it is. So there is 103.57. There's your 103.5. Now we're backing off a little bit. They'll probably do a little what they can call consolidation or digestion from the action. And let's put this back up on a daily too. And we'll get a couple days of this action. You see that the daily is trying to roll over like it's doing right there on the Chicago Quant. Both are doing the same thing. So that's where we stand. And I guess the proof in the pudding, as they would say, or the real physical proof that we're seeing, is that the interest rates have gone from the 3.7s in the 30-year now up to 4.29, and that kind of makes some sense. There's always been that feeling that it was going to get to 6%, not stop at 5.25 or 5.5, and so we'll see. In September, I guess if I'm right, what I'm suggesting the math is pointing at, then they'll probably raise in September. They may raise in September. And if they don't raise in September, then they'll probably raise in the end of October. All right. Let's have a sip of the water. There we go. Let's take a look at the euro. If anybody has anything up there's Giannis. How many viewers joined to the platform notification? Yeah, I see them popping up. I thought you were going to be back tomorrow. Let's see, what am I looking for here? Euro. There it is right there. See, the euro is trying to lift up. After this nice long slide with there's a buy there. Let's steal this buy. Put it in there. And overall, it's just been, we've been in the weekly sell now, going on this is the third week starting in the weekly sell. Awful low. Even the fast is all the way down. I came to the office for the night shift instead. Lots of work to be done. Oh, always, isn't it? Cool. Very cool. Well, I'm out of the forest. I am back in the saddle again. Okay, let's get that euro up on there. There it is on J4X. See a little pop going on there. Nice. Look at that. Bang. We just like to see that blue line here on the weekly get through the 0 line. But on the daily, it's already doing it right there. The green is, and same thing here with the fast. They're both joining in and making a move up. We'll see. Excuse me. We'll see what if this is a 2-day or 3-day adventure and then backing off. We're moving out of the summer vacations now, so we should see more action. Oh, let's see. Can you do a lot of? And yeah, that's right. It's the earnings come out at the end of the day, don't they? They have earnings on a Wednesday. Is it? Yeah, there's already speculation about it. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, they're doing a lot of speculation. Um, they're they're crediting, the MVDA. This is classic Wall Street as usual. They're looking at MVDA and they're saying that their chip caters to chat or AI, chat BT or that type of stuff. So it has their eyes. In other words, some people think, oh, okay, Wall Street is looking at one thing. Wall Street can look at like three things at the same time. They can be, and so money managers are watching how NVDA's earnings come out because here you go, you can see that they're lifting it up at the moment. It's up to 443.39, and it's trying to get into the daily buy there. You can see we're in a weekly sell for the last couple weeks, right to there. Let's put that in. So we went into the weekly sell there, and then a daily sell. Let's put a daily sell in there. NVDA, right there. And let's see if there's any buys I can steal from anywhere. No buys, darn. Let's make a buy. Let's make a buy. There's that last buy. Oh, that was a winner chicken dinner. And then let's see, what's that one? There's a buy there, and it goes right into a sell there. Let's put that in there. Right there, and then the next day they slammaroo it, but it's in the weekly. Is it in the weekly sell? No, it's not in the weekly sell. And then you get that, so there's a loss there. And then you get a buy here. Now you can't take the buys because we're in the sell again, the weekly sell. And let's put that in right there. There's that. And then we get into a buy here again, but we're in a sell, so you don't want to take it, that's for sure. And like there. And now we are in a daily sell. We're into the sell here, slid down on Friday, and it's trying to gap up today. Some action. Yeah, this is Wall Street is looking at this as a evidence. Looking for money managers will hunt for some of the most esoteric things to try to cross match something between something else, and so money managers right now are looking at the earnings on this and looking to see how they trade. We'll see. This is just early open market. It's not. We still have. Was that 46 minutes? So we'll see how Nevada acts when the U.S. market is open. Indeed. And you can see it right there. All right, now that's Nevada. Let's see. This is MT4. MT4. Oh, J4X, you mean? No, wait a minute. MT4. You have earnings on Wednesday. Matter of fact, let's look at our platform. Tadawalk Signal. I think you're talking about mine, right? We're looking at Chicago Quant. What I have over here. That's multi-charts. Multi-charts I'm using. But we are now developing a platform. Our own platform. Let's see if I can put it up there. Where is it at? Yeah, let's get our platform up there. Let's see if I have Nevada in there. Let's see what our platform looks like with Nevada in it. I think we put that in there before, didn't we? NVDA. Huh. I thought we put NVDA. All right, let's put NVDA in there, and then we're going to move it over onto the platform. This right here. Could have sworn we had some of the things you were looking at, Janos. What the hell? There's that AMD when you asked for that. I could have sworn you looked for the VIX. We got the VIX in there. There's the Apple. Maybe it's up higher. There's the Bitcoin. No, SPY. All right, let's add that real quick to it. Let's see. Yana says, no, it is not MT4. It is 4X4 on the left. Multi-charts on the right. The platform I meant was MT4, the indicator how to add. Add. Oh, you mean the on J4X, we use a slow stochastic and a fast stochastic against each other. And then we use Hinky-Ashke bars, smoothing out the strength and weakness in the candles. Or they make them candles. I guess that's what it is on the high-low bars. Let's open this up. Is that it? Maybe. Yep, there it is. Let's add the symbol. I'm going to put MVDA and see what our new platform is looking like. Add. There we go. And MVDA. NVDA, right? Yeah, that's it. Save. There we go. Where'd it go? There it is. And there is MVDA. All right, so that's there we are. So it's pushing into the buy there on Friday. That's interesting, right there. And so there is Friday right there. We're not there. You know, this is what I like about our new platform. I think it's more accurate. I know it's hard to say, I believe, but zoom pan. I wonder what pan does. Oh, I like that. Cool. Does that pan? No, that doesn't pan. Okay. Let's get that again. There we are. And let's get back to MVDA again on there. So you can see today it's showing it there. That's the pre-market. We're not getting a pre-market yet on this, but it closed in a buy on Friday. Now we're starting to straighten out the dots. You know, notice that we're not confident on the dots on this yet, but I'm not worried about that as much as I'm more worried about this and this, the weeklies. And so you can see we have 3 weeks in a weekly sell. You can see, matter of fact, this thing broke right there. I didn't mean to do that, but let's go back to that again. I wonder if I can hit escape to do that. All right, so I go like this. So you can see here the weekly was the fast had broken down the week before, like it did here. You know, same. Let's do this. There it is. You can see that they both broke down the same way, with the slow up top, with the slow still in the buy, but the fast broke down and broke down underneath the manifold, no less. That's a big warning sign. Big warning sign. That's what that is. And you can see all the weakness that came from it right there. There we go. Let's check the chat line now, because I was on the Load. Okay, there we are. No, the platform I mean is the MT4, the indicator, how to add it. Multi-charts is free? No. No, J4X is free. You can do J4X. The indicator that you're seeing on our charts is proprietary, and it's the most accurate indicator I've been able to find. That's why we started doing this webinar years ago. We used to call it Algo Wars. I was hoping other technical analysts or other algorithm people would challenge me, and then we would learn from it. In other words, if I could find a better indicator than mine, I'd use that because we're not here to trade. We're here to make money. So in other words, the best indicator is what I want to use. So that was my objective in the beginning, is to basically, find and challenge other technicians to challenge me here. But that didn't last that much. Very, very few. The ones that did seem to fail really quick and go away really quick. And so then, as time went on, I started incorporating some of the mechanics of my algorithm into the J4X chart. Okay, so I smooth my math here. My math here is smoothed by a fast stochastic and a slow stochastic overlapping each other. So it's not the same stochastics. So then, the math is the same stochastic. It's just that one's a slow and one's a fast. So it's two different formulas to the stochastic. And so then we combine that with the Hinky-Ashkes when this is underneath, when the blue line is underneath the slow, and we go into a red Hinky, it's a good clear sign that we're going to see weakness. Now we do this with dots on the bar charts or in the high-low charts above on the daily. And then you can see here's the weekly, that pressure on it right there, doing the same exact thing as that. And then now we've written our own code. You can see here, doing the same thing. We're going to clean this up. If you would like to follow this or watch this, you're welcome to. The signals are available by subscription. Nah. Oh, yeah. But yes, Robin's right. They are. You can try the platform, and you can talk to Robin about that. Let's see, where's it at? Let me find it here. We're here somewhere. I'll find it in a second. Let's do it this way instead. There it is. You can get them here on this phone number, or up there, that phone number, or email them. Just go to that website right there. But if you're even if you're not a Dukascopy subscriber, you can get the J4X platform for free, and we can show you how to incorporate these. These indicators here are about a 68 to 69% correlation to our math. So it's better than looking at a MACD or an RSI or a moving average or any other tool you can find in the technical markets. These combinations of the slow stochastic and the fast stochastic on the J4X with the Hinky-Ashke bars. So I hope that answers your question. And then Janos, right there, you can see, you can see that the strength is trying to kick out in our work, And you can see the same thing right there on the daily. Actually, it was interesting. It's Friday. It actually closed in the buy. The green line was through, the histogram up, the whole bit, So that is interesting in its own right also. Classic again, I hope that answered the question for you, Giannis. And I guess what we'll do is before the webinar is over with, maybe no, I guess we'll be out of here by then. But tomorrow we'll be able to tune into it, or you can go and register to our platform for free. We're beta testing this thing. I want as many people to kick the tires as possible. We want you to watch it for a while, weeks, months, whatever. Just keep on watching it until we finally go live in the sense of it's a what you call a dynamic system that's 15 minutes behind ours right now. But we kick the tires and get this thing running right. It'll look like the multi-chart combination, and we'll be moving over to that totally. And people will be able to during the day look at their whatever they want and go from there. And we pay by the chart. So it's if you follow 5 things or 7 things, you'll just be able to do it all day long. You'll be able to look at your product. That makes sense to somebody? Anybody? Nobody? And you can see here, these are the things I'm following right now. So, matter of fact, let's take a look at the dollar index on here, too. Where is it at? I know it's here somewhere. We have a lot of things on here. I'm following them all. There it is right there. There's the dollar index. You see the dollar index doing the same exact thing as it's doing on J4X. Let's go back down to that. Where are you? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Right there. See? Same thing. It's on our, same way on ours. You can see it's trying to break down through the 0 line as we speak. And let's just show you the weekly. Let's show you the weekly. Oh, there it is. And a weekly buy for 3 weeks. And you see it on J4X. See where it curved here. It's still in the buy. It's still green. It's been in the green longer. Oh no, that's daily. No wonder I'm not making any sense. There it is. This thing's been in the daily buy, 4 weeks? This is the 5th week. And over in Chicago Quant, let's find it again there to confirm. There it is right there. Our math shows. Oh, I know what it is. That's right. What happens is that on J4X, we're using a fast algorithm on the weekly. And in Chicago Quant, we show both. So it's been in the buy since here on the fast. That's what the blue is. And the slow didn't go in there until 3 weeks ago. And we try to be very conservative. And as time goes on, we'll try to put the 2 in there so you can see both the slow and the fast and the whole bit. So that's why we're saying, hey, tune in, sign up. It costs nothing. And if you belong to Dukascopy, you can use the Dukascopy platform right there. And you can, it's for free also. And you can use those same parameters that we use now. A little slower, but that's the way it goes when you're not proprietary. We've been trying to do something with Dukascopy. We'll see over time. What else we got going on here? Oh yes, let's go back to the euro now. But if you want to see, or if anybody wants to see something, just shout it out. We'll go take a look at it. Let's go over to the cable. From there, go to the cable. We just looked at the euro, and that's not it. Let's see, where's it at? Cable. There it is. There's cable. And let's show you cable up on J4X, and then we'll show you cable on Chicago Quant. Right there. And so you can see there's like, this is the daily. You see going on a 5th day. See the same thing over here on our slow. Going into a 5th day. You see the weekly has been pressed down for a couple weeks. The fast has been in a sell way back here, like that. Let's take a look at, oh, where'd my thing go? There it is. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. There it is. And you can see, let's take a look at the weekly here on J4X. Like so, right there. You see the same thing. The pressure's been on it for 4 weeks. And then let's bring in our new toy. Where is it at? There is the cable right there. And there's cable. You know, it's been in a, I guess was that a buy there too? I think it went into the sell there, didn't it? Yeah, it went into the sell. See it, minus 66. So it goes into a sell and comes right back into the buy. I think that's what it did. Let's see. No, I had a green dot too. Okay. So it's really been in a buy since the 8th, all the way back to here. That's hard to believe. How about that? So it's been in a buy since back in here for this whole move on Chicago Quant's new platform. And then you can see the weekly's been in a sell for 3 weeks, and the fast has been in a sell much further back, just like it is here. And there's the cable on our work. And I'll show you one of the bugs we're having with it right now, and I just need to get to it with the currencies. And that is some of them are not scaled right when it comes to the daily. Not the weekly. The weekly's fine, but this daily's not. So in other words, when I go to the where's it at? The euro right there. The scaling is off still. And that's what we're saying. We need people to, just stare at things. So it matches up on the weekly, and the dots are not even working right. And some things need more work in them. Just tightening up the codes. So that's exactly. Now stocks are really outstanding on this thing, and commodities are really good on them too, like gold and silver. So, it's there. It's for free until we get this thing running, and then we'll start charging for it. And remember, there's some things in there that have no problems whatsoever. They work fine, and some things are junk. Just some of the currencies right now, scale-wise, on the daily. The weekly and everything match up, and some of the dots ones usually do too. Anyhow, let's keep on moving. Let's keep on moving. Moving. Let's move over to the Swiss. There's Swiss. Let's put it up on J4X. Right there. You see J4X. Chicago Quant, we're in the buy on the daily. I'm sorry, the weekly right there for the last week. And now it's the second week. Over here you can see it's going on 4 weeks. And you can see over here on Chicago Quant, same situation, 4 weeks on the fast side. Because it went in there from at that point right there. All right. Now, let's zip over to Mr. and Mrs. Yen. There's the yen. You see the yen. Let's put the yen over here. Right there. And you can see strengthen it the last 4 weeks. Same thing here. The fast is like 5 weeks back for us, something like that. Almost going into 6 weeks. So is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. 5 weeks back. So there's a lot of strength in the yen. It seems to be we're really starting to be concerned that we're thinking that the product might literally march its way up to the 50s again, like 50 and a half, 51. We've been saying that for a couple of weeks now. I really thought this thing was going to die out in the like in the beginning, I thought when it bottomed at 27, I thought it was going to top out in 35, but it has found a way to climb up into the 40s and then back and fill down to the high 30s, and that's become the support down there. And now we're up in the high 46 or mid 46s. So that's that's a lot of push going on. They are buying dollars and selling yen, and they have a new BOJ, Bank of Japan chairman, and he's doing something. He said he was going to do some real hard, like really look at some of the situations and see if he could straighten certain things out, because he was concerned, with some of the things going on. So that's the yen. The yen is has broken away from everybody and is having more problems with the dollar than most of the other currencies. Whereas the euro and the cable and so forth are nowhere near as jumpy at the moment. Jumpy, I like that word there. Jumpy. It's jumpy. All right, now from there, from there, we go over to the laboratory. That's it right there. The scientific project, the Euro Turkish Lira pairs trade. This product is the gift that keeps on giving. It's been fantastic to watch. It's been horrible if you live in Turkey. The inflation rate is through the roof. It's got the Veer mark or war mark or something mark in Germany in the 20s and 30s inflation. It's ugly. The currency's gone from one. Well, I guess compared to the Chinese yuan and the Russian ruble, it's not as bad, I guess. Because you're looking at 1 to 31. And we saw the ruble hit 102 a couple days ago. Wow. Like smash my face, The currency that will not be named. It's like, Harry Potter, It's like Voldemort. Matter of fact, here it is on the new Chicago Quant platform. Yeah. Look at that. Last Monday, it took out 102.34. And it's been in the sell since. Went into the weekly sell last week, and already it's trying to climb back into the weekly buy. So that's not good. No, and then when we go back to where we belong, not with the currency that should not be named, but the Turkish lira, doing the same thing. It's starting to lift up today. This is an all-time high, right? Can you see that? No, you can't see that. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. All right, this is an all-time high right here. That's the all-time high. And it's been hesitating, and it almost went after it last week. I guess it was the Friday before that. And then there's Monday. So it went after the all-time high again. Excuse me. And now it's, kind of back in the sell at the same time. Matter of fact, it did it in a sell. Kept on, because the volatility is so high that it goes all over the place. And so it has some really wild moves. So it's a real distortion. And since we're in a weekly buy, traders who don't know our system here, when you're in a weekly buy and you go into a daily sell, what you do is you hedge yourself or you're neutral, but you don't take the short, because we're looking for weekly and dailies to mingle together. Let's see. Yana says, which one? Oh, you mean the cheap to paper? Signals available by subscription. Let's see. Multi-charts is free. Let's see what you're talking about. Let me just do something like that. There. Now I can see it. Toilet. Oh, you mean cheap, like cheap toilet paper? What's cheap? Is toilet paper cheap in Europe? Good. What else we got going on here? So yes, you can see here on the Turkish lira, it is really, really having major issues as usual. Let's put it up on J4X right there, right there. You can see the weekly flirted in and out a little bit last week. We're doing it here this week on this one. It was very close. It just missed the weekly sell, I think. Did it miss it? Yeah, it missed it. But the fast has been in a sell for a couple of weeks now. You can see that right there. Same thing here, but you need now up here. You need the red hinky to get going. So in this case here, if it pressure put it on the downside, and now it's trying to lift back up. And so let's take a look at the daily. Here's the daily. It's been in daily sell for days, but you can see the line jumped across, so you can't take it anymore. Now you can be short here, right there, because the line is below the dashed line or the yellow line there. Oh, you mean cheap like toilet paper? Now I get it. Ruble, the currency that shall not be named. The currency that will not be named. And my answer to that is yes. The rub is cheaper than toilet paper. Yeah, 102. Isn't that something? 102. Let's see that, that in maybe someday there'll be like an example of how not to run countries. And people will follow it through their currencies and say, oh my goodness, look how not the lack of stability of these currencies really showed us that the country was in really bad shape. That's the way the fundamentals used to work, remember, Janos? That was the good way it worked, Now we get stuck with quantitative easing and tangles everything up. So, and you can see here, that's a pretty strong little punch it's doing right now. If they hold up like this to, going to the close of the day, watch out. And then we got a volatility signal with a green and a red on Friday. So, now this is playing with the weekly, but if the fast starts getting through here and this thing starts to lift, and I'm telling you, if we get some action like this out of it, which it can happen, look at some of the size of these just daily bars. If we get just two of those, bang, this thing will be back into the weekly buy, joining in with that daily buy, and probably you have to start thinking another all-time high. That's the way I look at it. I mean, every time I turn around, it was finding ways to make new all-time highs. Yes, the rub is toilet paper. I hear you. And I agree. I do agree. All right, now from there we go over to the South African Rand. There's South African Rand. It's kind of topped out and been a little sideways down for the last couple of days. That's Friday. That's Thursday. You see the pressure on it here. You see it's in a daily sell since Thursday. And the weekly is trying to turn down. And when you see weakness like this in the currency, we normally expect to see weakness in the gold. No, I'm sorry. We expect to see strength in the gold. Sorry about that. Strength in the gold and the silver. You can see it's trying to turn up. A little blue, green right there. You can see the lines jamming on the upside. Let's take a look at it over on Chicago Quant. And J4X will catch up with us. It always does. There it is right there. It's trying to do the same thing. It's trying to lift up. We got a green and a red. You see the blue, the slow, not slow, the fast, the green line matching up to the fast stochastic over here on J4X, is trying to turn up. And at the same time, you see the same thing going on at the fast down below on the weekly. Same thing, trying to turn up. Poor gold has been, when we go back to, let's see, where's it at? Right there. You go back to it, you can see that long ride up, and gold did a long ride down. That's how that usually works. So when South African Rand loses against the dollar going up, the gold finds a way to go down. And then we take a look at silver. We're doing all the metals nowadays when we do the currency like that, since we get into conversations and I want everybody to have an opportunity to see some of the other math. And so, and we can show you our, where's gold on this thing? Gold, gold, gold. It was one of the first things we put in there. There it is right there. It's been in a daily sell. Look at that. I mean, it's just been daily sell for just like all the others. And this is our math. And you can see the weekly's been in a sell for 3 weeks. Same as here. And the fast went in there like 4 weeks back. Now, this morning when we sent out the charts, I saw silver. Yeah, look at that. Silver's been a daily buy for a couple of days. And you can see the weekly is trying to turn up. Let's put silver up on the screen. Right there, and it's doing the same thing. It's trying to turn up. And also at the same time, we put the South African Rand back up on there just to give you a flavor. Right there. It's been trying to go down for the last 3 days, and what is silver doing? It's going up for the last 3 days. Silver's being a little bit more sensitive to it, whereas gold is still saying, haha, not today. That's what it's really trying to tell us there. Okay, now let's put silver up on this thing. There's silver right there. You see that? A couple weeks in a sell right there. Is that right? Got the right one in there? Let's take a look at it on here too. It's in a sell for 3 weeks. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to the daily. Alright, let's do this. And then let's see. I want to see what this one says on there. That's why we need people kicking our tires. Yeah, so it's in a sell also for the last couple of weeks. And at the same time, the daily is trying to lift up today. You see that nice big lift going on. And it's been pretty strong actually for, you can see it's been in the daily buy for, right here for all this moving. And on Friday it threw it into, that must be Friday. Threw it into the sell right there. There's Friday. So threw it into the sell, and now it's joining right back into the buy again. All right, now from there, we'll finish it off with looking at copper and platinum. So let's go to copper, because we have it on J4X right there. There's the weekly. And it's been pressured for the last couple of weeks. Let's put it up over here. Right there. There it is. So it's been in a daily buy for, closed on Friday there. Let's see what the daily looks like here. Yep, same situation. Closed in a buy. And the weekly's been in a sell for a couple of weeks. And that's what we're seeing on the weekly right there. That pressure. I wonder if I have that on J4X. Or in the new Chicago platform. Let's see. I'd like, let's just double check. Spy, 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 spy. There's corn, crude oil, heating oil, HG, right? Yeah, let's see what that is. I have my glasses right here. We're going to put platinum up on the screen since nobody can get platinum. I can get platinum. Yes, I can. I think I have platinum in the system. There's platinum there. And then let me go over to the Chicago quant thing, other Chicago quant thing right there. Where's platinum at? I know I put platinum in there at one point. And there's that Spanish company. Janos, we can get that Spanish company when we do natural gas and show you through our math. Where's platinum? I could have sworn I had platinum in this thing. Where are you? Platinum. Got Citibank right there. And that's Tesla. There's like I don't know, some type of warrant or something in Tesla people are watching. It's like 14 and change. $14. And now it's down to $13. So you can play Tesla really cheap through this thing here, the TSLY. It's like a warrant or something people trade. Very liquid, I hear. Let's see, what was I going to do? Oh, I wanted to add copper to the platform and platinum. You know what? Since we're running out of time, we'll do that tomorrow. I'm not going to fool with it. I'll do it later on after the webinar. All right, let's go over to the energy side now. And let's check out crude oil right there. And let's take a look at the, what are we going to look at? Canadian dollar. Let's put Canadian dollar. Usually they match up. They used to match up really well. Sometimes they go in walkabout. It's in walkabout now. You can see, this is the CAD trading against the dollar. So it's losing money. It's the dollar CAD trade right there. And so, you know, the daily has been going up, and we're just flirting with a sell today. And same thing, we've been in that weekly buy for this whole move up. So it's been nice winner chicken dinners. Now, let's take a look at it on, let's see, where are we going here? We're going to go to, let's go to, where are we going to? I had an idea there. We're looking at energy. So let's look at Brent. There's Brent. Oh, and we can get Brent on our platform too now. Let's see, Brent. There is Brent right there. So you can see it's still in the weekly buy. You see the same thing here, lots of weekly buy. It is rolling over right there. And you can see our math is doing the same, where the blue is dropping below the green. Same thing. And then let's look at the daily. There's daily. And it's trying to lift up today. And you can see the same thing here in Chicago Quant on our own platform. It's doing the same thing. It's trying to lift. And then we go to crude oil. Let's see, where's crude? Right there, there's crude. You see it's doing the same thing. It's trying to lift up, and it's flirting with the weekly sell, just on the edge. And what else we got going on here? I guess then from there, since we have Brent up on the screen, let's go from Brent to natural gas. There's gas right there. You see it's been a daily sell for a bunch of days. The weekly, as you can see, it's trying to bottom and turn back up there. Let's see what the weekly looks like. Weekly's, I think, a few weeks in the sell also. Off and on, off and on. Interesting. And then over here, there's natural gas. Same situation. We went into the sell last week. We were in a sell, then finally jumped into a buy, and then right back into the sell again. And then you can see on the daily, it's been a good 4 days. Is it 4 days? Yeah, that's it right there. So let's see. We got a ding. Who's a ding from? Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. All right. So that's natural gas. And then to understand how it's trading in Europe, what we do is we take a look at this energy company, and then we can put that up on our new little platform. If I can find it again. There it is right there. And this is, and we'll put it up on J4X. There it is on Chicago Quant. You see there's been some pressure on it. It's in a sell from yesterday. That's Friday. And now it's trying to lift back up again. And did it drop underneath the 25? Now, let's put it up on J4X. This could be confusing to some, especially those that have not watched us. And we're bouncing around with 3 platforms on there at the moment. Natural gas, natural gas, natural gas, natural gas, natural gas, right there. There it is. See 28.61, 25.56 at bid, at 61's offered. Same thing here, as you can see right there. 61's trade. Watch them trade. And you can see over here we're doing the same thing. It's moving up, but we're a second day in a sell. So it rolled over on Friday right there, and it's been in a weekly sell for 2 weeks. This is natural gas. Over here you're looking at, that's the actual natural gas itself. This one up on J4X is a energy company in Spain, and it seems like it follows, the stock follows the price of natural gas, so they must be a natural gas company. And so I've looked it up, and that's what it is. And so it's the only way for us to be able to measure how natural gas is trading in Europe at the moment. All right, traders, that's it. We're out of here. So we will catch you all tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Got to come up with a title here at the same time. And we're only like 2 minutes away from the U.S. Open. In the United States will be opening up live trading, not over-the-counter or electronic trading. And so that's where we are right now. Right now, right here. All right. So, happy trails to you until we meet again, which will be tomorrow. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. See you tomorrow, same time, same channel.